What's up, everyone? CM Freeze here. I haven't really made a lot of YouTube videos. I have made some sports content before, and if you've ever watched some of it, then maybe you'll know this. I am a die-hard Atlanta Falcons fan. I have literally been a Falcons fan my entire life. Since I was 6 years old, I've been a Falcons fan. I first started watching them in '08. I loved Matt Ryan. I was 6 years old. He was the offensive rookie of the year. I was sold. You know, it's like kids nowadays. You see Mahomes, you see Burrow. That's your team. I fell in love with Atlanta. My God, I hate that I did that. I hate that I fell in love with these Falcons. I'm always going to love them. I'm always going to root for them. But my God, I just have to rant about this Raheem Morris signing. I absolutely hate it. That's not to say that Raheem Morris can't win us games. And you know what? I want him to prove me wrong. I want the Atlanta Falcons organization to prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. We haven't made the playoffs in 6 years. We are one of 4 teams that have not made the playoffs in the last 3 years. Us, the Panthers, the Broncos, and the Jets are the only 4 teams that have not made the playoffs in the last 3 years. The Jets at least have a Super Bowl. The Broncos have Super Bowls. Us and the Panthers have nothing. We got absolutely nothing. We got 28-3. That's our legacy, is 28-3. Since then, we went to the playoffs once. After 28-3, we went to the playoffs one time, and then 6 straight seasons of no playoff, even appearances, losing records. I'm tired. I'm tired of losing. And then we go and hire Raheem Morris. Before you leave any comments, some people are going to defend him. Some people are going to love this hire. And you know what? That is completely okay. That is your opinion, right? That's your opinion. If you think Raheem Morris is going to be great for us, then perfect. Good on you. I'm glad you have optimism and hope. I don't. I have 3 main reasons why I hate the Raheem Morris signing. 3 main reasons why I hate it. Off the top of my head, if I had to give this head coach hiring a ranking, I would say a C. Because he does have some redeemable qualities, and it's not like we just hired a nobody, at least. It could be worse. But I'm going to give it a C. Let me explain my reasons, and then leave the comments down below. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm an idiot. Just hear me out first. Main reason number 1 why I hate the Raheem Morris signing is, for starters, we could have just hired him back in 2020. Now, I get why we didn't. I get that we took the offensive mind, Arthur Smith, but we could have just hired him back in 2020. We didn't. We let him go to the Rams for 3 years, and then we've hired him back. That I'm not really too upset about. What I am upset about is, why didn't we just hire Ryan Nielsen as our head coach? This is reason 1. Raheem Morris just was a defensive coordinator for 3 years, and he came back to us. Why didn't we hire Ryan Nielsen? People are saying, oh, well, Raheem Morris, he knows the team. He knows the organization. He's a Falcon. He's returning. Ryan Nielsen coached this defense last year. He literally was the coach of this defense last year. Raheem Morris maybe knows like 5 guys on our defense. Grady Jarrett, I think AJ Terrell was rookie season. I don't know. Not even to mention, he was our offensive coordinator, or our play calling coach. You go here, what did he do for us in Atlanta? He was our assistant head coach and passing game coordinator and our wide receivers coach. He was our defensive coordinator for 1 year, and then he was our interim head coach. He was our defensive coordinator in a year we went 4-12. But that's I'll get to that in the second point. First point, why don't we just hire Ryan Nielsen? We let him walk, and Ryan Nielsen produced one of our best defenses that we've had in forever. You look at our defense last year under Ryan Nielsen, 18th in points, 11th in yards. You look at every single year since the last year we made the playoffs, our defensive ranking, worse in every category. Bottom barrel defense. Ryan Nielsen led us to our best points allowed and yardage allowed in 5 years. Okay? Ryan Nielsen led us to our best defense in the last 5 years. We let him walk for Raheem Morris. If we wanted a defensive-minded head coach, why didn't we just promote Ryan Nielsen, someone that was legit with the team last year and knew this team, and he could develop them a year further? We let him walk and hired Raheem Morris. If this was our plan all along, to bring in a guy that knew our team and knew our system, why didn't we just hire Ryan Nielsen, man, who led us to our best defensive performance we've had in the last 5 years? A lot of the guys we brought in free agency this year was because of Ryan Nielsen. But okay, that's reason one. If we were going to hire a defensive head coach who knew our system, why not just Ryan Nielsen? Reason two, Raheem Morris is a loser. And I don't mean that as a person, I mean that as a head coach. You look at Raheem Morris's stats here, and I get it. I understand. I completely understand. When he was a head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it was 2009 through 2011. In those seasons, he went 3-13, 10-6, 4-12. Never made the playoffs. As our interim head coach, he went 4-7 for a combined total record of 21-38. You take out this 10-6 season, he went 11 for 32. 3 more times the amount of losses than wins. And I get it. It was a long time ago, okay? These 3 seasons were literally when I started watching football. Hell, I wasn't even fucking 10 years old when these seasons happened, okay? Or I guess I was 10. No, I wasn't even 10 years old when these 3 seasons happened, okay? So I get it. It was a long time ago. We have brought in someone, though, who as a head coach has never led the team to the playoffs and has had 3 seasons where he has only won 4 wins or less. People say that Raheem Morris is a great guy. I couldn't give... Let me say this right now. I could not give a flying fuck how much of a good guy you are. Arthur Smith was loved by the Falcons players. Dan Quinn was loved for the Falcons players. I remember when Dan Quinn left, Falcons fans and players were so upset that they couldn't perform for him. The team loved Smith. Arthur Smith just got fired. We had offensive linemen, and we had our fucking players defending Arthur Smith and saying, we're so sorry that we couldn't play better for him. Our last 2 head coaches, the players have loved and have been loved by the players. I couldn't give a fuck if Raheem Morris sucked every single player off in the locker room and brought morale up to as high as possible. If he doesn't produce wins, I don't care about anything else. We've lost for the last 6 years. I want wins. We brought in a head coach with a 21-38 record, and people are going to say that was a long time ago. I completely get it. That was a long time ago. But that leads me to point 3. And probably my biggest issue with this hiring is who else we could have hired. We could have hired Mike Vrabel, a winning head coach that has made his team to the playoffs multiple times. We could have hired, I guess Mike Vrabel's the only previous head coach, so he could have hired. There's Bill Belichick. I didn't want Bill Belichick, okay? Belichick's old. He's 71. Even though he's the most winningest head coach of all time, he's 71. It's not like it's a future plan, right? But we could have had Mike Vrabel. I would have loved Bobby Sotik. That's who I really wanted, the head coach for the Houston Texans, or the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. He developed CJ Stroud this year, and last year, he was the OC, or the quarterback's coach, I think the quarterback's coach, or OC, for the 49ers. He developed Brock Purdy. So in back-to-back years, he developed rookie Brock Purdy, who has 2 playoff wins, by the way. 3 now. Brock Purdy has 3 playoff wins, and CJ Stroud, who has 1 playoff win. We haven't even made the playoffs in 6 years. What is our biggest position of need as the Falcons? A quarterback. We don't have a fucking quarterback. Has Raheem Morris ever had to develop a quarterback before in his life? No. You look at where he was. He came to the Atlanta Falcons, or he was the DB's coach of Washington, did nothing. He was our head coach, or became on the offensive side of the ball for the Falcons in 2015. We had Matt Ryan. We had Matt Ryan every single season. Never once had to develop a quarterback. This guy has never had to develop a quarterback before, and our biggest position of need at quarterback, we bring in this guy. Now, I've heard people say, who is it? People want us to bring in the quarterback's coach for the Rams. Who is this guy? No, Zach Tomlinson. Robinson? My bad, I'm an idiot. Zach Robinson. That's who we really want to bring in, right? The Rams quarterback coach. Maybe, I guess, he's worked with Matthew Stafford. He's worked with Stafford the last 3 years. Who has he had to develop? Understand that Stafford's played good, but who's he had to develop? Are we saying we're going to bring in a free agent quarterback? Is that what we're saying right now? We're going to bring in a free agent quarterback. Because who's on the market? You really think we're going to get Kirk Cousins? I doubt it. Shit. And you know what? Maybe we do get Kirk Cousins. Is that our long-term future answer? No. I know a lot of Falcons fans are saying we really want Justin Fields. I'm going to lay it to you straight right now, guys. We've had plenty of opportunities to get Justin Fields, and we haven't taken it. We could have drafted Justin Fields, and we didn't take it. I'm sure last year we probably could have traded for Justin Fields. We didn't take it. We could have had Justin Fields, and we have refused to take it. And you really think we're going to get Justin Fields? Also, do you really think Justin Fields is the answer at quarterback, too? I can agree he's better than anything we have, but do you really think Justin Fields is the quarterback that's going to take us to a playoff win? Really, do you think Justin Fields can take us to a playoff win? I want to know that right now. And if you think he can, what have you seen from Fields that can make you think he can win a playoff game? He's had a bad offense. Yeah, he did the first 2 years. And you know what? This year, the Bears did look decent. Times they looked bad too. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, play calling sucked. We've had shit play calling as well. You really think he's going to a better... We don't even know who our OC is. Maybe it is Zach Thomas, who's been the quarterback's coach for the Rams. And you know what? Sean McVay does produce good offenses. You know what? Maybe that could work. I don't have faith in us. We're bringing in guys to develop a quarterback. Who's going to develop this quarterback? And are we going to trade up for a quarterback? There's still so many answers that I don't know. And I would feel a lot more confident with proven guys. This guy, Raheem Morris, is not proven. And those are my 3 main reasons why I'm sick. 1, why didn't we just hire Ryan Nielsen as our head coach if this was the route we're going to go? And we could have done this 3 years ago too, and we've set ourselves back 3 years with Raheem Morris. 2, people are saying he's a great guy, people love him. Our last 2 coaches were loved. He doesn't have a winning record. He's a loser when it comes to a head coach. Never has head coached his team to a playoffs before. And 3, I could name 5 or 6 other candidates I would have preferred. I would have preferred Vrabel. I would have preferred Bobby Sotik. I would have preferred Ben Johnson, the Lions OC. That's at least 3 off the top of my head. Brian Callahan, who went to the Tennessee Titans, the Bengals OC, would have loved him too. Our defense was solid. We had a good defense, our best defense in the last 5 years, man. And we let him go for Raheem Morris. Especially when our defense wasn't the issue and our offense was. Why didn't we bring in an offensive-minded head coach to fix this defense? Are we scared after what happened with Arthur Smith? Look at all these other great head coaches that are OCs. Matt LaFleur. There is the Eagles head coach that just went to the Indianapolis Colts. Forget his name. But I could go on and on about this, about how many good head coaches there are that are OCs. Last but not least, because I remember I put this up here, here's Raheem Morris with the Rams the last 3 years. They ranked 19th in points and 20th in yards this year. They ranked 21st in points and 19th in yards 2 years ago. And the year they won the Super Bowl, they had an average defense. That's right. Their defense was average. Look at how their offense is what won them the Super Bowl. Yeah, and also this year, 2021, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. He had those 3 guys tearing it up apart, tearing it up. He had great players on his defense and produced an average defense with points and yards, man. Average defense. That's sickening. Look at how good their offense was in both these years. This year, he had the 19th ranked defense. Raheem Morris, or Ryan Nielsen, 18th in points, 11 in yards. 19 in points, 20th in yards. Ryan Nielsen had a better defense. Our defense was better. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. People are gonna... The only positive thing I've heard about the Raheem Morris signing is that he's a great person and that people love him. And that's why people are happy with this. We could have had so much better. As Falcons fans, because we haven't won in the last 6 years, are we happy with this? We could have done better. And here's the reality of it all. He's a yes man. Rick McVay won yet again. He's going to say yes to Arthur Blank and Rick McVay and do exactly what they want him to do. I saw the report that said that Morris and what's his name? Terry, our GM, Terry, are going to report to Arthur Blank. I saw that report. Do you believe it? Terry Fournette wasn't even at the fucking interview for why we fired Arthur Smith. Who do you think's pulling the strings right now? This is a yes man. That's what it is. He's going to do exactly what the ownership wants him to do. And guess what? The ownership, that's not going to fucking win. So, you know what? Prove me wrong. Please, Morris, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove that your 21-38 record as a head coach is a complete fluke. Prove that your fucking ass defense this year, 20th defense in the league, 20th last year too, prove to me that your bottom half defense is going to elevate the team. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why are we happy with this signing at all? I don't get why we're happy at all. I hate this. In fact, I'm even talking myself into a C-. This is a C-. It could have been worse. Belichick probably would have been worse. I don't know. I'm just so fucking frustrated, man. I'm tired of losing. I just want to fucking make the playoffs. I just want a playoff win. I want one playoff win. I'll be happy if we win in the fucking wild card round. I don't even think we're going to make the playoffs. But who knows? Maybe we will. This is CM Freeze. Please tell me why I'm wrong in the comment section down below. Peace.